I had 4 amazing hookups in 24 hours. It was a flex. It was a young man's dream come true, right?
Wrong.
The nightmare began when I discovered very itchy, creepy, crawly guests in my nether regions and sadly had no idea who gave them to me. Karma be karmaing. Trash to Peace Theater, Love, Lust, and Lice. I was still in high school. My first love ripped my heart out and I had just accidentally on purpose lost my virginity, so my nose was wide open. I was trying to sleep with any halfway decent looking joint who wanted the peen. I went from being a 4.0 student athlete to a 4.0 platinum boy. Some joints found out I was on the market and got bold, especially Inappropriate Mother John. So Inappropriate Mother John lived like 7 blocks away from me, so it was nothing to slide to her crib. What was odd was her mama used to always be there. We used to finish and I'd be walking out and her mom would be looking like Myra from Martin saying some awkward shit like, "Damn, sounds like you just split my daughter like a wishbone." Nigga! Since I wasn't mature enough to handle being hurt, I kept trying to find comfort in sex and I couldn't get enough of it. I was talking to like 11-teen Johns, but was only having sex with Inappropriate Mother John. Until nerdy no one would have ever guessed it John offered me the panty draws.
I will take that. I will take it.
And I definitely did. My reckless ass started rotating weeks with them like that made a difference. Trash. The one I liked the most at the time was tall, no giving up the woony John though. She was 6'2", bad as fuck, and wasn't trying to give me no parts of the draws.
Schmont, yeah.
We'd kiss, pet, but no woony. Our conversations were dope though. Then there was Forbidden Fruit John. She had hips that started in Philly and ended in Baltimore. Them Johns was straight from the motherland. Like she could spit a baby out at noon and be home for This Is Us that night. She was forbidden fruit because of her brother. He was one of the biggest drug dealers in the hood who looked up to my pop and used to look out for me. She lived with him, and I didn't want to cross that line. And I didn't, for a while.
And then?
The initial plan was simple. I was gonna go grind on random joints in the basement next to a hot water heater at a dollar party, then head back to their house afterward hoping their mama was asleep. But the boy must be malleable, and I accepted a mission that would change my life.
Good evening, Jones Bond. Your mission, if you choose to accept it, is to find the depth of your garbage. Take down as many Jones as you can without feeling the least bit of guilt. As always, should you be caught or burnt, the trash gods will disavow all knowledge of your actions. Your morals will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Almost out the door, I got a beep from a random number. I called back and it was tall, no woony John. She said she was at her cousin's house in West Philly, no adults were there, and she was horny.
Oh, word?
Reedy was in the house, so I asked him for a ride. What for? So I was like, to get some ass. You better get your ass on the bus with that shit. So I told him whose house I was going to. Wait, the tall John you been trying to get with?
Yup!
Grab my keys off the table, son. He dropped me off at the door, made sure I had condoms, and drove off listening to Uncle Luke. I hit the door and she was like, "We gotta make this quick. My aunt gonna be home soon." And quick is exactly what the f it was. I saw those long ass legs and that ass, and none of my don't come quick tricks worked. Praise be to fuck niggamus that her aunt was on her way because she climaxed around the same time. I pretended I didn't, and my trash ass left acting like I was afraid her aunt was gonna catch us. I got my ass on the train and went back home to shower so I could still make the dollar party with my homies. And just as I was headed back out the door, my pager went off. It was Inappropriate Mother John asking me to come through. Now I knew it was dirty to have sex with 2 girls in the same night. I knew that, I promise you. But I had never done that before. And she lived so close, so... I got to her house and there was an entire party going on. Mad adults drinking, playing cards, and talking shit. She took me into a kitchen and started riding me in the chair. And then we broke that joint. Didn't stop us though. We kept at it with no regard to being caught. I ain't care because it wasn't gonna be me on punishment if we did. Sucks to suck. I fared much better that round, I'm proud to say. We finished and I walked back out the kitchen past the adults who I don't even think ever noticed me. I got back home, showered again, changed my clothes again, and went to catch up with my homies at the dollar party. Then my beeper went off again, and it was Forbidden Fruit John. I ignored the page at first, but then she hit me with the 69 code. The Book of Negalations disallows all boys and boys in training from ignoring any text with the 69 code attached to it. I was obliged to call back. And when I did, Forbidden Fruit John told me her brother was in Atlantic City for the night, and this would probably be the only time we'd ever have to get it in. 2 joints in one night was trash. 3 joints in one night was downright trife. I was out there delivering peen like HorDash, Uber Beats, Flesh Direct, Postmates. But didn't stop me. Those hips cuddled my body and coddled my soul. It was glorious. My nasty ass fell asleep comfortably like I wasn't elite level rubbish. And the trash didn't end there. The following morning, nerdy, no one would have ever guessed it, Joan hit me up and said her mom went shopping in New York and refused to take her, so I should come over. But I was drained and feeling nasty, and 4 girls in less than 24 hours was downright disgusting. I sat there wondering if I was about that life. We usually got it on in her living room, but because she was pissed at her mom for not taking her shopping, we got it on in her mama's bed. And I know that's another level of trash, but I mean, I was already a complete dumpster fire, so... The weekend was over and I was back in school chilling in the hallway with my homie Kima. My pelvis was itchy as hell, so I kept scratching it. Kima was giving me the what the fuck face, so I went in the bathroom to examine myself, looked down and saw creepy crawlers all over my pube canvas. I immediately left school, hopped on the sub and went to the free clinic all the way down in South Philly so I wouldn't be recognized. The doctor asked if I knew who gave it to me and I was like, see, what had happened was...
Too many to count.
When I told him I slept with 4 women in 24 hours, he tested me for everything from HIV to the bubonic plague. Shit came back negative except for Sebastian and his homies. The doctor gave me a prescription shampoo and a comb and told me to wash all my clothes. He also said I needed to figure out who gave them to me and in turn if I gave it to anyone else over the weekend. But my scary, goofy ass just waited to see if anyone would tell me I gave it to them, hoping I could trace it that way. No one did. I went home, showered 11 times and washed all my clothes. Haridi came home that night and we chopped it up a bit. He went upstairs and came back down a few minutes later like, had some critters on you, huh son? He starts cracking the fuck up. You left the prescription shampoo in the bathroom, dumbass. I was embarrassed and it didn't help that he kept laughing. Don't worry, I had them Jones too when I was your age. Better stop them dirty Jones. He made me throw out all the clothes I wore over the weekend as well as my sheets. Then he took me to dinner, then to Marshall's to get more clothes. Told me everything was gonna be okay. But he still called me Dirty Dick for the next 2 weeks.
And yes, you deserve it.
Thank you for watching Trash to Piece Theater. I hope you got a few laughs from this joint. And if so, please help me out by hitting that subscribe button and dropping a like. It helps way more than you know. If you want to support the channel further, you can join the Patreon, become a member of the channel and receive bonus episodes, leave a super thanks, or just drop $1 or $10 in the Cash App. I'm grateful for any and all of the above.